Greetings YouTube, it's me, mrluisalonzo. On our last segment, we collected all the golden leaves, went to Richard, pushed a box, and got the slime key. Now we're going to be going to Cavern. Not Key Cavern, Key Cavern, Key Cavern, Key Cavern, Cavern. It's Key Cavern. The name of the dungeon is Key Cavern. I'm being an idiot. So we're going to be going to Key Cavern to be doing our very third dungeon. I opened the Key Cavern. Key Cavern. Key Cavern. Key. There's a reason why it's called Slime Key. Not Key Cavern Key. Just like there's a reason it's called Tail Key. Tail Key is much better. Tail Cave Key. No, it's not confusing. But we'll be traveling to the third dungeon and continuing on our quest. So today, the topic will be failing. Yes, completely failing. I'm staring at the middle of nowhere like, I'm not supposed to, no, I'm not. When do I realize that I'm not supposed to be going there? When? Oh, no. Oh, I'm such an idiot. But so far, so good. I'm doing pretty well. It's actually across those islands, and the only way you can get through them is by jumping. You don't have the Zora flippers yet, so you can't swim. I'm not gonna bother like doing anything, but the reason why I went up those stairs is because there's a secret seashell that you guys should know about. It's right over here. Yay! So for today's segment, I'll be both discussing Key Cavern, the dungeon, not the key, which is the slime key, not Key Cavern Key. And I'll also be discussing why I'm interested in video game music. So, the reason why I started being interested in video game music was I live in New York City. I live in Washington Heights, New York City. So, if any of you guys know anything about Washington Heights, you should know that Washington Heights is a part of the American ghetto. There's a difference between the American ghetto and an actual ghetto. So, a Jewish ghetto, for instance, is a horrific place of extreme poverty and during Holocaust Germany, where Jews would lose their homes and their properties and be relocated to these horrific places, and that's where they'll be waiting until they're taken from their new homes, their new horrible homes, and in a train to a death camp or a labor camp or whatever. The good thing about this cavern is it's completely somewhat reminiscent. Completely somewhat. That's a contradiction. It's somewhat reminiscent of the exploration aspect of the original Legend of Zelda. You see, any one of these doors lead you to the right path, because basically all of them have keys, except for this one. This one doesn't have a key, unless I have this muted right now so I can record my voice, so I wouldn't hear the tone. But I know this room definitely has a key, but that room doesn't have a key. So you can pretty much go anywhere, any path. You can take any path and still get to the right place, which is similar to the original Legend of Zelda, because you can go to any dungeon, literally any dungeon, except for some dungeons that you require a specific thing for, a specific item. You can go to any dungeon, like you can start off with the 8th dungeon and work your way down, or you can start off with the 4th dungeon, then work your way up or down. And it's, that shows like the complete, like openness to exploration. And this dungeon does the exact same thing. Not particularly this game, because this game you do need certain items to commence with the game, so you can't, it's not open to exploration or whatnot. But that's why this dungeon is pretty cool. I like this dungeon. So I live in the American ghetto, right? Washington Heights, poverty stricken. And Washington Heights is home to a large amount of Dominicans, or people coming from the Dominican Republic. And their favorite genre of music is called reggaeton, as the Spanish would say, reggaeton. And basically it's like Spanish hip-hop. Yes, Spanish hip-hop. You know, with the rapping and the ladies, yeah, and what have you. And that's basically the music for people that live in those kinds of communities. These guys are some pretty horrific mini bosses. I hate these guys a lot. In order to kill them, you gotta drop a bomb in their mouths. And the hard thing about dropping a bomb in their mouths is that these guys move completely randomly, so you have no idea where they're going. And if you try to go up to them and drop a bomb on them, they may end up hurting you. So you have to like do something like that, where, you know, you go up to them, run away as fast as you can, and drop a bomb. But these guys, I did them surprisingly good, so I'm pretty happy right now. If only you can see the smile on my face, but you can see me jumping like a lunatic. Washington Heights, reggaeton. But that's just not it. They also love hip-hop. And a lot of people like hip-hop these days. What am I saying? A lot of people. Hip-hop is the mainstream. Like, it's either hip-hop or rap. I mean, hip-hop or rock. And a lot of people love hip-hop. A lot of people love hip-hop. You go to any party, you're gonna see hip-hop music play. And this is so stupid. If no one can get the puzzle in this room, there's a gigantic arrow literally telling you where to put a bomb. Literally. How could you not get that? I mean, a 4-year-old should get that puzzle. Like this, like a 4-year-old. But I didn't realize that you can actually bomb that place, so I'm pretty stupid right now. I'm feeling pretty stupid. A lot of people like hip-hop. A lot of people like, a lot of Spanish people like reggaeton, and that other one, bachata. I don't know. I don't like listening to the music of my culture. The reason why I don't like listening to the music of my culture is because it gives negative, a negative meaning, a negative message to those that listen to it. People don't think that it does, but it's a subconscious negative message. You're not gonna know about it. You're not gonna know about them. Well, you know about the message, but you feel like it doesn't affect you. But when you're wearing the exact same clothing as the girls in these videos, or when you're treating like people the same way as these artists, playing ping pong with a wall, I'm like, this is going nowhere. I still get hurt. But when you're listening to these messages and you're following them subconsciously, that's a problem, and that's a huge problem. I have a issue with this. I feel like, and my opinions, this is solely my opinions. If I offend somebody with my opinions, I apologize. But this is what I think, and I'm for healthy engagement, discussion, and arguments. I'm for all those. So if you have your reasons why hip-hop doesn't give a bad message or anything like that, then we can have a great discussion. I like talking about things like this. But I feel like hip-hop does give a negative message, especially with the current videos, and there are some songs that give positive messages, like that that song, I forgot who made it, because I don't belong with the mainstream. I'm sorry, I do not belong with the mainstream, but it goes something like this: I know I am what, oh, something like that. Mr. Luisalonzo never sang in a Let's Play again. Once you get the Pegasus boots, you fail here, you do the super slide across a giant hole, but you can actually continue failing. You can kill that guy. I never knew that you can kill him until you smash him with Pegasus boots. Yay. So I believe that hip hop and reggaeton gave a negative message, and I keep saying it. And I didn't want to do anything with that negative message. So originally, this decision was made during the 7th grade. I was like, I'm never ever gonna associate myself with music. And there were some things I wasn't gonna associate myself with. I wasn't gonna associate myself with music, cell phones, and texting. Oh, and social networking sites. I wasn't gonna associate myself with MySpace whatsoever. No way, not in a million years. Never gonna associate myself. That's what I decided at 6th grade. Now I got a Facebook, I got a cell phone. What else? I grew up, basically. I grew up. I realized the necessity of these. I was extremely reluctant in getting my cell phone, but I had to. I had no choice. But I still feel the same way about texting and social networking sites. So, music. I didn't realize that there was such thing as a genre called video game music. And this room I failed so badly. I was wondering how am I gonna kill these guys. It took me a while to realize what I had to do, but eventually I did realize it. And it's not so easy, you know. In the beginning, you don't get it right away, but you'll eventually get it. I never knew that there was a genre called video game music. Never knew it. Until I believe I stumbled upon the website. What's this called? OCRemix.org. OCRemix.org changed my life forever. Or no, that's not the right. I'm lying to myself. I'm lying about my past. What really got me interested was this Sonic song. But OC Remix did play a role later. What got me extremely interested was singing the song "What I'm Made Of" by Crush 40. It's in the soundtrack to Sonic Heroes, and I loved that song. I loved it to death because I thought it was a great song. It was so awesome. It was a great song. It had a cool meaning. Like, Crush 40 was pretty awesome at the time, and they had made Live and Learn, and that was also another amazing song that I loved. So I wanted to download those songs on my new computer. I got a MacBook. This was all in 9th grade. And I wanted to download those songs. I already had some video game music, but I downloaded those songs. I enjoyed them, and then I started downloading other songs. I realized what my position was with video game music. I'll get to the reason why I love video game music so much later, but right now I'll continue discussing my history. I liked it a lot. I loved the fact that most video game music was non-lyrical. That's what really drives me. I felt that a song with no lyrics has much more of a stronger impact on an individual than a song with lyrics, because a song with no lyrics is malleable. What malleable is, it pretty much changes. Like, the tone, the message, the meaning of the song changes with each individual. Somebody can think that a song, for instance, is blissful, like Super Mario Bros. The Super Mario Bros. Theme is indeed blissful. It's happy and joyous, and it's supposed to be that way. I believe Koji Kondo did say that that's the reason why the Super Mario Bros. Theme does sound the way it does. I mean, because it's supposed to make you feel one with the level that you're playing on, and that's what really caught my boat, the message. But I didn't realize that until I was in 10th grade, when I started philosophically thinking about everything. I was a weird child, extremely weird person. I still am today, but you know what? That's what makes me unique. That's what makes me an individual, and that's why I like it so much. What else? So I downloaded the Super Mario Bros. Theme because I liked it a lot, and I downloaded some other songs, and then my hard drive had died, right? For some weird reason, and I was sad. So I realized that I wanted to download albums of video game songs, because you can't find these albums anywhere in America. Well, you'll find some of them in America, but a lot of them, well, you have to travel to Japan and purchase them. It started with the Phoenix Wright album, and then I started looking at other albums from series that I really liked, like what other albums? Let me see. Let me check it out. Can't think about my history like this. Started off with Phoenix Wright. Then I downloaded remixes. Yeah, I downloaded the Gyakutan Kenji, Gyakutan meets Orchestra remix, and that's what really got me into remixes. And once I heard those songs, once I heard those remixes, that was it. It was over. I loved video game music. So I wanted more. I wanted more remixes. I wanted more video game songs and their remixes. So I went to ocremix.org, and I fail over here. Playing baseball with a bomb now. I went to ocremix.org and I started looking up songs that I like, songs from series that I like, and like downloading what I felt was the best of the best remixes that I've ever listened to of that particular song. Finally I got the dungeon map after 21 minutes in. Wow. So I started downloading some music. Let me see if I can remember what was one of the very first remixes that I downloaded. One of the very first remixes that I downloaded was actually from newgrounds.com. It's a remix of the castle theme from Super Mario Bros. Super Mario World. It's called Monstrous Turtles, and I really like that theme. That was actually one of my very first. That is one of my very first OC remix songs that I've downloaded. Then it just expanded, and I downloaded Playing Pong More with a Bomb. I downloaded more songs from OC Remix, and the beauty of it is that you can download as much songs as you want because it's free and it's fan made, so no problems. Then I downloaded my first remixed album. What was it? It was called Summoning of Spirits, if anyone knows what that is. It's a remix album of Tales of Fantasia and Tales of Symphonia. Then I subsequently downloaded the original soundtrack from Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Fantasia, and like that was it. Like that's pretty much my early history of video game music. Why I got interested in it, and now why I continue to love it now. So, like I said before, I'm a weird person. I don't listen to mainstream. I don't listen to mainstream music, like hip hop or rock anymore. I now listen primarily to video game music and classical music. My brother is even influenced by that. He plays in an orchestra now. He knows how to play the viola, and well, I mean, this all stems from our love of video game music. He listens to more mainstream media than I do, but we still both love video game music with a passion. And video game music, like I said before, the message, the meaning, the tone is extremely dependent on whoever is listening to the song. It's subjective. But because there's no lyrics, it generally doesn't have 200 rubies and nah, there's gonna be a place later in the game where I can get 200 rupees like I try to do the Super Mario Bros. Theme by snapping my fingers. But video game music, the message, the tone, the meaning, all is subjective. But because there's no lyrics, there's no single meaning to a song. And it generally doesn't have as much of a negative message as, say, hip-hop or R&B. I mean, let's think about it. Would the Legend of Zelda main theme have a anti-feminist message? Fail here. But would the Legend of Zelda main theme have an anti-feminist message? No, it wouldn't. It's just, it doesn't have any words or anything like that. It's not saying anything. It's just an epic piece. But the tone and the sound really shows. It's really characteristic of the entire series as general, because it's pretty like small. It's a short theme, but it leaves an impression. It's huge. The impact is gargantuan. And here's a boss now before I get anywhere talking about the Legend of Zelda theme and what I feel its message is. So in the beginning I didn't think that, you know, you gotta ram the wall, but you have to ram the wall to get this guy to drop, because he thinks you can't see him. Otherwise, these tubes will continue falling. Then the main boss falls down from the wall. And then you gotta hit his eye. Yes, his eye. You gotta keep hitting his eye, which shouldn't be a problem. So you continue hitting his eye. He's gonna split. Continue splitting. And then after he's at that position, you gotta ram him with the Pegasus boots. I realize that now. The puzzle aspects of fighting bosses. Then, after he's split to two, you can take both of them down separately with the sword, and that's pretty much it. Legend of Zelda. Yeah, so it's huge. It has a great impact. Like, it represents somewhat the exploration aspect of the game. It's quite expansive for a short piece, and well, that's what I feel The Legend of Zelda represents. It does represent the entire series in general, but the fact that it has no lyrics, anyone can make an interpretation of The Legend of Zelda main theme. And that's what I love so much about video game music, that any song can have any meaning by anybody, and it doesn't have to be necessarily negative. Video game music, I applaud you for your existence. And now, with the completion of Cavern Key, I failed once again to press all the buttons to save the game. But when I do, you know the deal. Still failing. So long for now. Peace.